A few years back, registering your business with the Corporate Affairs Commission was one big task. You had to visit their office, you had to fill forms, you had to do all those manual processes, and at the end of the day, you need to wait for your certificate to be ready when you will go back and sign and collect a physical certificate. But these days, the story is different. All you need to do is have either a phone or a computer, and you can sit in the comfort of your house to fill the forms and do everything online. In today's video, I'll be taking you through the step-by-step process how you can register your business name with the Corporate Affairs Commission of Nigeria from scratch, and you can do this in less than 1 week. I'll be showing you how you can conduct a name search, how you can create a profile on their website, how you can reserve a business name, fill all the necessary forms, upload all the documents that are required, and at the end of the day, when your registration is approved, I'll show you how you can download the certificate so that you don't have to pay any other monies when you want to download it in a future date. So if this sounds like what you want to watch or what you want to know, then don't go anywhere. Just sit tight and watch till the end. And at the end of the video, I'll also be telling you how you can register for your TIN number. TIN means tax identification number. Still in the comfort of your house without going anywhere. Register for your TIN number, download the certificate, and with these two documents you can head straight to the bank and open a corporate account, and with that your business is legalized and ready to expand. And please, if this is your first time of watching my videos, do well to hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so that you get all of my videos. And believe me, I'll be dropping very hot videos on digital marketing and how to start and grow a successful business. Also, share this video so that those that are interested in this kind of video will also get to watch. And lastly, do well to like the video and also leave a comment on the kind of video you want to watch next on this channel. So without taking too much time, let's go into the video. The first thing we are going to do is to head over to the website of Corporate Affairs Commission. So I'll just go to my address bar and type in CAC and hit enter. Here I'll go down to where I have business names and click. After clicking, it takes me to this page that says registration steps for business names. So you can see here number 1, 2, 3. I'll not bother to read all these things. I'll just come to where we have click here because it's saying check the availability of business name. I'll just click here to check if the name I want to register is available. And on the next page, it's showing you the steps you are going to take to register your business name. Step 1 is to do a public search. Then step 2, you reserve the name when it is available. Step 3, you are going to go to the pre-incorporation where you are going to fill in all the forms and everything. And step 4, we have the post-incorporation. As you can see, this is new. It says file changes to your existing business. Okay, so let's get started with the step 1. I'll just come to where we have search now, and here it's taking me to a page that says search the record. So I believe you already have the name you want to use for your business. That is if you have not already started. So the key here is to have at least 3 names that you are going to use. Here I'll type in the name of the business and click search. Here it's telling me search not found. If you believe this is an error, please contact CAC. So what this simply means is that that name is not already registered. So let's go ahead and see how we can register the name. With that, I'll move over to step 2, which says reserve a name. I'll click here that says reserve name now, and you can see this notice of name. It says name validation has been eased due to ongoing NIMC system maintenance. Okay, so before you had to validate your name before you can do anything, but here you won't have to do that. The next thing we want to do is to sign up. So I'll simply come here and click on this sign up, and on this page we can see here continue existing stroke query registration. That's not what we want to do. It's saying please select to create account as a non-Nigerian. Of course I'm a Nigerian, so I wouldn't tick that. I'll simply scroll down to where it says name details. So here I'm to provide my phone number or my NIN number. So I opt for the phone number. I finished typing my phone number, so I'll just go ahead and click here, next. Okay, the next page is for me to fill in my details, so I'll just go ahead and fill in the details. So let's just run through this together. This is for surname, this is for first name, and as you are doing, make sure you fill in everywhere you have the red asterisk. This is optional, so you can leave that or you can still fill in your other name. That should be your middle name. Then you go to the date of birth, select your gender, choose Nigerian, of course, is already there. Next one, your number is already there. Then you have to put in a correct email address. Please be very careful here because this is where you're going to be getting all the email correspondence. Now, not just for the email, be careful with every information that you put here, because along the line, the information you provide here is going to be used for your registration. So if it's wrong and it doesn't match the ID card that you are going to give them, then you are going to run into trouble. So just go ahead and fill your email, confirm your email here, put the username. This can be anything as long as no one has used it already on this portal. Then you do your password, confirm your password, and then fill your occupation. Remember, wherever you have this red asterisk, it's compulsory. You have to fill it. You need to select your country, your state, your local government. Please be very careful when you are filling these things. Then your postcode. As you can see, your postcode does not have that red asterisk, so you can ignore this. But postcode is not hard. If you go to Google, just type in the name of your city and add postcode. Is going to bring out the postcode so that you can put here. So this is another very important place. You can see how they write here, city/town/village. So how you are going to fill this is that you're going to write the name of your city first, and then you write the name of your town, and then you write the name of your village. Okay, just in that order. The same with your house number and building name. All right, so these things are unique to you, so I can't really tell you what you are going to put in there, but just follow this, what they are writing here, and you are going to get it right. Here you put in the street name, and then you move to the means of identification. You select the identification type. You can see here the different type of identification. We have age declaration, driver's license, international passport. Okay, what I'll advise here is just use any of the national identification cards. Okay, you can use your driver's license or international passport or your national ID card or your permanent voter's card. Okay, so you can choose any of those ones, and then you type in the number here. When you are done filling all these things, you just come here and click register. So what I'll do now is I'm going to pause this video. I'm going to go ahead and fill all these things, and then I'll come back and click on the register so that we can proceed. Okay guys, so I'm done filling the form and I'm here to just click on register. So let's see what happens. So it says here, account created successfully. Please verify your email address and login. So the next thing we want to do is to head over to the email we provided and then verify our email and then come back and log in. Here is my email, and as you can see, I received a mail here from CAC. It says account verification. I'll open the mail now, and it says you are almost there. Click here to complete your registration. I'll just come to this place and click, and this is what it's saying, email confirmed. So with this, we are done with creating the profile and filling in all our details on our profile. The next thing we want to do is to go ahead and reserve our business name. Let's see how we are going to do that. To reserve our business name, we head back to the login page, and here you come to where you have email. Click on email, and here you are going to type in your email address, and we are going to click on this checkbox which says I am not a robot. So I'll click on this, and then I'll click on submit. So the next thing I need to do is to put in the password so that I can log in. So I'll type in the password now, and I'll click on login. So we can see I am here in my dashboard. Okay guys, so this is our dashboard, and here we can see all the things we have here. So let's run over them quickly. The first one here we have is name reservation. So when you want to reserve your name and you fill the name reservation form, this is where things are going to show up. The first one here is not submitted, so when it's still in the draft stage, you can leave it without submitting it. This is where it's going to show up. The next one is when it's pending or queried. The next one is when it is denied. Maybe some other person has used the name or is too close to another name that exists already. It will show up here. That means it has been denied. Then lastly, when it is reserved, it will show up here. When it's reserved, it simply means that you can go ahead and file for registration of that particular business name. So under here you can see registration. So when you have reserved the name, you can start the registration process, and then the same thing happens here: not submitted, pending approval, queried, and then finally when it's registered, you're going to see here is going to change to 1. Without taking any of your time, let's go ahead and reserve a name. To get things started, you just go ahead and click on this new name reservation. So I'll click on this. Go ahead and read all these things, but for me, I'm going to just scroll down, and you can see here the steps we are going to take. The first is name and type, then the objectives, then the preview, and then the payment. So let's quickly go over these things. The first one here is the company type. So here we have classification. If I click on this drop down, you see all those ones, but the one we are going to do today is the business name, because that's what we want to register. Okay, so I'll select the business name, and here it gives you a description of business name and all what it stands for. Now you go to the next one, says specific type. This is sole proprietorship because it's owned by one person. If it's owned by 2 people or more, then you can go ahead and select partnership. So option 1, this is the proposed name. This is where you are going to submit 2 names that you want them to approve for you. And go ahead and type the names here. I'm done with filling the names, so I'll just go ahead and click save and continue. The next point is objective. So you are going to choose the objectives for the business. The first one is reason for availability search, change of name, group holding, name substitution, new incorporation. So that's the one we are doing. We are not changing any name. We are just doing the new incorporation and registration. Now the next one is the category. Go ahead and search for the category that your business is going to fit into. Here I've chosen my own wholesale and retail, and then I move on to specific nature of business. I'll come here and select, and when I'm done with that, if you are satisfied with what you've chosen, just go ahead and click save and continue. The next step is the preview, and you can see what we have filled here. This is the business name details. You've seen the objectives and then the presenter details. So this one is going to be populated based on the information you provided when you were creating your profile. So you now see why I told you I need to be very careful. That's the review. So when you are satisfied with everything, just come down here and click save and continue. I'll click on that, and then we are at the final stage that says payment. For the payment, you'll be charged a fee of 500 naira, and here is your remitter retrieval reference number. You need to take note of this, and this is the description of what you are paying the 500 naira for. So you simply come here and click pay via remitter. This is the next page you are going to pay, and you can see here the money has increased a bit because remitter is going to charge their own commission. This is the details of what you are going to pay for and who is paying the money. So just come here and click submit. Here the easy thing for you to do is to simply put in your card details here and then go ahead and pay. If you want to try out any of these, you can, but these are mostly manual payments and it's going to take you more time. But if you use your debit card here, it's going to be automatic. Immediately after you click on this, it's going to submit the payment and the payment is going to be successful. So I'll go ahead and fill my card number and my expiry date and all of this, and then I'll pay this amount. It's requesting for a one-time password. I've gotten my one-time password and I've keyed it in. The next thing I'll do is to click on pay now. As you can see, it's successful and it's redirecting me back to the portal. You can see now that it is successful. I've reserved the name. These are the names I've reserved and the objectives and everything. So here you can download your receipt. Here you can view your receipt. I don't want to do any of the two, but you can simply click on this to download a copy of the receipt that you have paid for. So that has been it for reserving a name. The next stage is for us to wait until the name has been approved. When the name is approved, we will proceed and then register the business name. But what I want us to note right now is I'm going to show you the date and the time. So this is the date. You can see March 8th, 2024, and this is the time 1:20. Remember, I told you that this is going to take you less than a week to do the entire process. So we have submitted the first. So we have submitted our name reservation at this time on this date. So keep that in mind. Let us see how this is going to work out. I'll see you later. Welcome back, guys. It's time for us to check if our name reservation has been approved. Okay guys, here we are on our dashboard and you can see before it was showing here pending and queried, but now you can see it's now showing reserved. That means our name has been reserved, and it doesn't happen like this all the time. This is just one application that we did and it was approved. That means we did a good job. So let's click on the reserve. Here we are on the approval history page. On this page there are lots of things. This is the button for you to start your registration, and you can see here that this thing was created on March 8th, submitted on March 8th, and approved on March 8th. So everything was done on that day. Notwithstanding, March 8th was Friday, so Saturday and Sunday had to pass. Monday I was quite busy, and today is Tuesday. That's why I'm doing this thing. So let's say I did this thing on that March 8th and I filled everything. Believe me, this thing could have been done, everything up till the certificate could have been done probably in 2 days or 3. But that's not the problem. I said 1 week, and 1 week is the target. Okay, so I've gone back to the dashboard now, and here I'm going to click on the reserve once again, and I'm going to come to this button now, start registration. I'll click on that. Okay guys, this is the registration page, and these things are so simple. It's just a bunch of forms that you are going to fill, but the key here is for you not to make mistakes. Fill in your information accurately. So let's start from number 1. This is the business details. You already know your own business details, so you are going to take your time and fill them in. Here we have particulars of proprietors. That's the people that own the business. If it's a joint business, that means there are going to be 2 or 3. But if it's 1, that means it's going to be just for 1 person. The third one is the nature of the business. We are going to go through that. Then you upload some documents for them to verify the information you are putting into the system. Then you are going to preview your application, and then you make the payment. So let's go through this one after the other. Number 1, business details. You already have the business name that was approved, so you can't change that. So I just suggest you choose today's date or any date, but don't make it too far backwards. Here you're going to fill in the email address of the business, the phone number of the business, the principal place of the business, that's where it's located. You do the state, local government, and the city, town, village thing is here again. You do the postal code, and as you can see, it's not compulsory, but still do it anyways because it doesn't take you much to do it. Just use Google, type in the name of your city, and you are going to get your postcode. It's that easy. So now you put in the house number and the building name and branches, if any. So if you have any branch, let's say it's not just in one location, you have the headquarters, maybe you have different branches all over the place. This is where you fill the branch, okay? And then you can add another branch. Let's say you have various branches, you can keep adding and adding until you get the actual number of branches you have, okay? And when you are done with all the branches, you just come to save and continue. Alright, so what I'll do now is I'll just go ahead and fill in my own details, and then I'll come and save and continue. Then we'll meet at the next page. Here we are at the second step, and you can see it's a particular of the proprietors. So automatically it's going to bring in the particulars that you filled in your profile. The only thing you need to do here is, if there's more than one owner of the business, if you have a partner, maybe 2 or 3 partners, all what you need to do is come here and click add proprietor. Okay, just say add proprietor. So if you have a corporate partner, like you are partnering with another business altogether, you can come here and click to add the details. But in this case, it's just a one-man thing. So the owner, the name is here, the phone number, everything that I filled for the profile has been brought into this place. Okay, so you don't need to do anything. Remember, I told you need to be very careful when filling that profile, because everything will just be lifted the way it was. So with that, I'm already done with the particulars of proprietors. I'll simply click on save and continue. The third one now is nature of business. So I'm going to click on this place to add the nature of the business. So there's a note here that says only the first typed in nature of business description will show on the certificate. So you need to type in something that you know it relates closely to what you're doing. After going through my own, I think this is the one that fits the business most, so I'll select it. And mind you, what you select here will bring out another list of specific nature of business. So as I'm selecting this, it's going to bring out the nature or specific nature of business that is also under this category. I'm done with the third step, which is nature of business. So I've filled in the nature of the business that will be carried out with this business name. I'll simply come here to save and continue. We are now at step number 4, and as you can see here, it is where you are going to upload the documents. These documents are to help them to verify the information that you have given already. So the first type of document is the means of identification. Then you have the signature of the person. Then you have passport photograph of the person, and then others. These are other supporting documents that you may want to add to further prove what you are doing. Okay, but you can see here that is optional, so all these other ones are required. So you need to do these 3. You need to do your means of identification. So this should be either your national ID card or international passport, your driver's license, or your voter's card. So you can do any of those national identity cards. They are going to accept it. Simply come here and click on upload, and then you locate it anywhere it is in your system. All right, so another thing you have to note here is that this will be in the PDF format. So for your ID cards, after scanning them, you need to check for a software online and convert it to PDF. If not, it's not going to upload here. Then these ones will just be in the normal picture format, the JPEG and PNG image. Okay, for the second and the third one. Okay guys, I'm done with uploading, and you can see the status here now is showing uploaded. Just by the side here, this is a preview. So if you want to see what you have uploaded, you can click on this, and it's going to open up the document for you to be sure it's the right document. So the next thing I'm going to do is to click save and continue, so that I'll move to the next step. The next step is the preview step. That is to confirm everything that you have filled in already, if they are okay. If not, you just need to go back and make the corrections, right? So what you simply need to do is to go through the information you have filled to see if it is accurate enough before you submit, because if there's anything that is not correct, your application will not be granted. It will be queried, and you need to respond to that query, and that will delay the time of your approval. I'm done checking out my own, and everything seems to be in order. But if your own is not in order, you can hit the back button and go back to the step you want to make corrections. Okay, but mine is in order, so I'll just go ahead and click proceed to payment. So here we are on the payment page, and it says here pay via remitter, and that's what we are going to use. So I'll click on this. As you can see, you pay 10,000. I'll click on remitter. okay, here is the pop-up window for me to make the payment. So here you are going to fill in your card number, fill in your expiry date, fill in your CVV number. That's the 3 numbers on the back of your debit card. And then you can see here is 10,215 because remitter are going to take their charges, but that's okay. So I'll do this and go ahead to pay. So I'm going to fill in my details now, and then I'll click on pay. The next page it takes me to is where I'm going to put in my OTP, and as you can see, the details of the payment is here, and I've just gotten an OTP on my phone. I'll come here and click and put in the OTP, and then I'll click on this blue button. I've just typed in the one-time password I received, so I'm going to click confirm. So just follow the same process and your payment is going to be successful. Okay, so this is it. Don't touch anything, just let it complete the payment on its own. Okay, you can see here successful, and then it's redirecting me to the Corporate Affairs Commission website once again. This is it, the payment receipt and everything. So I've successfully paid, I've done everything, and this is the description of what I'm paying for. Okay, so that's just been it. We filled out all the forms. What is left now is for us to wait and let the officials of the CAC go through our documents and then approve it. But mind you, if things are not in order, it should be queried, but that's not a big deal. So let's just leave it at this point, and then I'll come back to conclude the video. Welcome back, guys. Earlier on today we filed our application with the Corporate Affairs Commission for the registration of our business name. It's been about 6 or 7 hours now, so I'm back to check if it has been successful or if it has not been successful. Remember, I told you if things were not done properly, then it will be rejected. Okay, it will be queried, and then I'll have to go back and do some corrections. But if things were done right, it's going to be approved. So let's go ahead and see what happened. So here is my dashboard. I've just logged in now, and you can see the status of things. I still have here one reserved, and down here I'm still having one pending approval. So let me click and see what's happening. You can see here pending registration is saying no record found. All right, these things do happen sometimes, and I've noticed this a couple of times, that your application can be approved and yet it's still showing here. So what I'll do is I'll get to register to see if it has been registered, and here it is. You can see that it has been approved. So the record has moved from pending to approved, but it has not reflected on my dashboard yet. So guys, that's been it. You've seen the entire process. It has been approved, and here I can download the receipt of payment. That's the 10,000 naira I paid, and here I can download my documents. Now read this, because this is very important. Kindly note that you are allowed to download your documents through certificate within the 7-day interval of registration date. For subsequent downloads of documents stroke certificate, you will be charged a fee. All right, so what this means is that after 7 days you will have to pay another money before you can download. So I'll just come to this place and click on download documents. Now this is the name, and you can see our documents are ready. This is the status report, and this is the certificate. So I'll start with this one. I'll click on download. Okay, you can see it here. It has downloaded, saying done. I'll go to the second one. That's the certificate. All right, so you can check here, it has equally downloaded. So now let's check. You can see the certificate, and this the application for registration. All right, let me go ahead and open. Now this is the certificate I've just downloaded. You can see the time 9:39. I'll go ahead and open it, and boom, this is it. Our certificate is ready, just like that. So this is the name of our business. It has been registered, and you guys have seen the process from the beginning. Now what I have confirmed here is that you can actually get this done in 24 hours or 48 hours max, because if you start this process early enough, that same day your name reservation will be approved, and then you go ahead and file for the registration of the business, and maybe that same day or early the next day it will be approved. So guys, this is as easy as it gets. All right, so that has been it for this business name registration. And mind you, this is a live business that we are going to take and do so many things with. This is just the first process. We wanted to get it registered so that we can have the name for us to do several things with. We are going to run Google Ads with it. We are going to build a website, an e-commerce website for it. So it's going to be massive. If you just want to be part of this, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and share this video for others to also be part of it. And then go ahead and leave a comment in the section. Just tell us what you want us to prepare a tutorial on, anything that borders on digital marketing and business growth, and I'll do that for you. And lastly, remember I told you I was going to show you how to get your tax identification number. That is the next video I'm going to do after this, because I don't want this video to be too long. So the next video is how you are going to get your tax identification number, and I'm still going to do it with this business, with this Kudina Kiddies. I'm going to get the tax identification number so that the owner can go and get a corporate account with these documents. So if you want to be part of everything, because we are taking a business from scratch and building it, running ads, getting leads, and then making sales and fulfillments, this is just what this channel is all about, making you to start and grow a successful business. If you want to be part of it, just go ahead and subscribe, and then turn on the bell notification icon so that when we drop any new video, you can get it. See you next time. I remain Don John.